Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Misfits Room. I almost forgot the name of the podcast, but it came back to me just now. Anyways, hi, how's everybody doing today? First of all, I just want to say that can you tell already this new audio I can't find the word. Quality. There's a new quality happening right now with my audio. Um New mic, new me, you know? Main reason I'm just gonna start, I don't know. I was gonna try and do a whole intro thing and tell you about my whole week and nobody cares about that. Let's talk about the crispy audio that's happening right now because I was trying to get frustrated doing these podcasts with I'm gonna be honest with you. My microphone was literally from Amazon. I think I paid like $20 for it. You get what you paid for basically, and it was just starting to frustrate me. There were certain things that I wanted to do for the podcast that I just couldn't do with that microphone. It picked up a lot of noise. It was just too much. And I want to try a new concept that I'm going to see if I can do today. I'm not really sure. But there are certain things that I want to try and do with my computer. But my computer is I swear, it's a dinosaur. The fact that it wasn't wiped out with all the dinosaurs years ago, I like it's still standing here. Don't get me wrong, computer. I love you. Don't die on me now. But it's really hard to record with this computer. Sometimes I have to have the computer way away from me so it doesn't, because like in certain computers, they have like a fan that keeps all the, I don't know, technology together to like not make that much noise. Well, this one has one, and this thing is very old. I think it's from like 2011, 13. I'm not sure. And like, it's old, so it has to do a lot of processing and a lot of stuff. So it makes a lot of like fan noises, and it was starting to frustrate me. Also, it is hot in here. All right. I sometimes have to leave the AC on because if not, I'm going to suffocate in this house. I live in the Florida heat, morning, day, night, whatever it is, it's always hot. So you can always see the AC in the background. I'm not sure if you can still hear it now. This episode is pretty much a test run. Okay, just bear with me. It's pretty much a test run, and we'll see if I upload it or not. But with that being said, at least to me, it sounds very crisp, very good. I'm scared that this new equipment that I added to my computer is gonna make my computer crash, but I hope not. So yeah, here we are. How do we like it? How are we liking it? We still have the creaky, squeaky chair. It's not gonna change as of right now, but yeah, here we are. Whew, almost ran out of breath there, but I had to be known. It had to be known. You hear that? That's the sound of wine, which means today's gonna be a good time. Today's gonna be a fun time. So basically, as I alluded a second ago, this is gonna be a different sort of episode because normally when I do podcast episodes, they're usually just like topic based. Like I think last week I did Kylie Jenner. Before that, there's just sometimes I just look for a certain topic and then I go based off of that and I make my little notes and go off of that. But like I want to try current events because there are things that happened throughout these past 2 weeks because I pre-recorded. But there are things that happened the past 2 weeks that I wish I could have talked about because I have opinions on it, but I couldn't talk about it because like I don't know. I don't know. So I just felt like, you know what? I can talk about it on my podcast. Why not? So got the new mic and maybe just maybe this episode might come out early, and if it does, you're welcome. And you just might get a video or a new episode on Wednesday. I'm shooting for Sunday and Wednesday, every Sunday and Wednesday, 2 episodes a week. But I'm a lonely girl, and so I'm doing this all by myself. So we shall see. So I'm hoping that you like the audio background. I hope everything is coming together aesthetically. And you know what? I hope that you're having a good day as well. On the other hand, for some reason I had the most weirdest day today, and I don't know why. I wish I knew, but I don't know why. First thing that happened was, well, can I remember? Do I remember? No, you know what happened? It was like yesterday. Was it yesterday? Dang. No, it was yesterday. This girl at work got really sassy, asked me to do something, and like from a different department. And then like I asked her, a simple question like, oh, have you called so and so? And then she had the nerve to be like, no, because we don't do that. And I'm like, homie, homegirl, homie. It was just a question. But now that you got all sassy, like I really don't want to help you. So I left that thing for like the last thing to do for the rest of my day. I do it, and then it comes to term. Long story short, what she needed me to do was already done because it was not even my file. I just kind of skimmed over it and tried to help them out. Long story short, what they needed was already in that file, and then she had the audacity to pretend like it wasn't there. Just burp, excuse me. I hope you like that. But then it was just like, oh, can you call these people and do this and that? And I'm like, what am I literally, this is the first time since forever, since I started this job, where I literally responded back and I added my supervisor. And I was like, what exactly am I calling for when all the information has already been here since before you even asked me this question? So it obviously looks like you're not even looking through your own file. Like, what am I calling for? Lo and behold, she figures it out all on her own. I didn't have to do nothing. Talking about, oh, I got it. Yeah, you do got it because you literally, anyways, that's not. That started yesterday. I'm just going to quickly tell you about my day and then I'm going to move on because honestly, it adds on to the weirdness of the day that I had today. So there is just, Mercury in retrograde. I'm pretty sure that is over. I'm very sure, or so this is, oh my God. Supposedly, Mercury being in retrograde is over. Supposedly. So none of these weird stuff is happening, but I feel like Mercury in retrograde just doesn't leave my presence, if that makes any sense. Like my life is always in Mercury retrograde or whatever that means. So I was just annoyed because there's like two people that weren't in today. So I was basically picking up slack from other people. And then on top of it, I just felt like, you ever have those days where it just feels like today is such a weird day and I don't know why. And there are certain moments when I'm at work, or so there be days that I'll just work throughout the entire day and then I'm ready to go home. I'm fine. And then there were days like today where I literally had the most like, and I don't know if it's like anxiety, if I even want to call it anxiety. I seriously think I have a talking disorder because I like jumble up words when I'm talking. Anyways, so I feel like I had this weird anxiety at my job today, and I was just like, I don't know what it is, but my body literally physically does not want to be here. I don't know what it is about my desk, but every time I was sitting in my desk, I was like, I don't want to be here. Not even at just like work, like just this desk. I don't want to be here. So I said, you know what? It's 3:30. I don't clock out till 5. I'm gonna go get myself a soda, and I'm just gonna drink my soda. I'm gonna a little happy juice. I'm gonna go back to my desk, and it's gonna be fine. So I go downstairs to the vending machine with my little 3 quarters, and I put the quarters in the machine, and the machine spits it out. And I'm like, I mean, this happens before, so like, I'm not really worried. So then I go in the little slot, pick up my coins, and then I put them back in the thing. But when I realize it, only 1 quarter comes out, and a nickel and a dime come out. And I was like, Now, if I give you 3 quarters and you give me back 1 quarter, a nickel, and a dime, that's not 50 cents. You owe me another dime. So first of all, it was all wrong. So I was like, okay, maybe something weird happened and maybe these coins were already here and it probably just took or is it 2 quarters? I can't remember, but I was like, let me just put the rest of the quarters in and I was like, I don't know, maybe this is just random change. I put all my, at the end of, I just kept putting my coins in and they kept falling out. At the end, when all the quarters were finally in the machine, it acted like I never gave it money. I kept trying to push buttons. Nothing. It wanted me to give it more money. And I said, you know what? I never bring cash. I never carry cash on me. And I said, you know what? I'm going to use these 3 quarters that I've been hoarding for a lifetime because I know I'm never going to go and like go to the bank or whatever it is and get cash back because I just don't like to carry cash. I hate it. I hate it so much. So I was like, I'm going to keep these quarters. And when it's life or death, when it's life or death, and like I really need it, I'm going to use it. I really needed it. And society said, no, honey, no. Not a chance. So there goes those 3 quarters, and that's just the rest of my day. It just felt so weird. I went back to my desk and I was just like, today's just an odd day. And I honestly felt like tweeting about it, but I was like, nobody gives a fuck about what I'm going through, let alone cares about me on Twitter. Like, me and my 12 followers that literally, like, probably are robots because they never retweet or like any of my tweets. So, like, when am I really talking? You know what I mean? Like, what's the real issue here? So that's what my day was like. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wine time. I wonder if that sound annoys anybody. Hmm. Mm. Okay, I don't know what it is about me, but whenever I'm like recording or trying to do something, I can always hear like I lose breath, like my breath, and I don't know why. Like maybe I'm holding my breath and I'm not. And it only happens when I'm recording the podcast for some reason because I'll be talking and talking and talking, and then it's just like I have to like let out so much air, and I don't know where it comes from. I don't know where it comes from, but we're gonna start with the show. It just feels so weird and different because I told myself that I would never get into like drama or like how those YouTube channels and all those Instagram accounts are where there's a whole bunch of like like current events and news and some and stuff like that, but sometimes they start to veer off into drama. I don't want to be that person, so it's like I'm not gonna be the person that talks about controversial stuff. There was this one person that I told that I had like a podcast, and they were like, "Oh, you're gonna get famous off of it if you talk about controversial stuff." And I was like, I'm not trying to get anywhere trying to like be a drama podcast or channel just to entertain. Like, that's not, I can't. I'm gonna give my opinion as I always do, but I don't do I'm not gonna, oh my God, Kanye West unfollowed Kim. What is that? I can't. I'm gonna tell you as it happens, and that's it. I'm not gonna make up stuff that doesn't need to be made up. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. Sure, some things that I say are gonna be misconstrued in a way where it feels like it's. Think of me as CNN, but like me, if that makes any sense. Okay? Okay, so this is just a new format I wanted to try. If it turns out that I don't like it, we'll revert back to the old days. But like this is something that really like I was excited to like do this, and I've been waiting for a long time, and honestly, I had topics lined up from like weeks ago, and I said by the time that I talk about it now, all this stuff that I had like accumulated, they're not going to be relevant anymore. Like I was going to talk about the what was it? What was it called? The girl with the COVID on the Black China. I was gonna talk about Black China and how she was yelling at people at the airport to get vaccinated, and I was gonna talk about that, but that was like weeks ago, and nobody cares anymore. So, excuse me. Anyways, we're gonna be talking about the most recent thing that happened as of yet, and that is as soon as I can get this working, and it's not working. It's not working, and I don't want to have dead air. And I'm honestly really trying to like not have to whatchamacallit, cut as much. So if there are times where there's like dead air, it's all part of the show, baby. It's all part of the show. You want to know why? Because it's me. This is Raw, and I promised a regular Raw podcast, and I you know you know. So we're gonna try this because I want to share my screen. Hopefully, if it doesn't work out the way I want to, I'm just gonna add in screenshots of what I'm talking about. But let's bring this back up. In recent news, CNN. I'm not gonna do that. You know how people have those newscaster voices? That is the most, first of all, tangent, but that is the most interesting thing I have seen by far. There's this one person who was going viral on TikTok probably like weeks ago, and it was this woman who works at some sort of news whatever channel, and you literally it's like a switch. You have a switch where you have your regular normal talking voice like I do, and then when you're talking on the I just every you know what I'm talking about, the voices that people have on news shows or whatever. See, you know what I mean? On the news, that's a real like thing. Like it's a talent to talk like that. Am I the only one that finds that like intriguing and like amazing? I don't know. But anyways, current events, current events. First and foremost, the most important um news out there is the obvious, the most like I you don't even know. But Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker. Every time I hear the word Travis, I think of Travis Scott. And then, but it's like Travis Scott and Kylie Jenner, completely different. But Kourtney and Travis Barker? Is it Baker? You know what I'm talking about. The bald guy with all the tattoos. They are engaged. And the world is just like, it's amazing. And it's amazing. And while my computer decides what to do and hopefully it doesn't crash, let's just recap Kourtney. I was gonna say Kylie. See, let's just recap Kourtney's little love life as far as I know it. So, for years she was dating her baby father, which would be Scott Disick, and I did not know, and I just found out now that out of all of those years that they've been together, they were never married, they were never engaged. Your baby moms of all these years, and you got 3 kids with him, and you never. And I don't know if it's true, but I came across a tweet where it was like, oh, he had planned to ask her to be like, what is it? To propose to her. Honestly, my train of thought lately is ridiculous. Oh yeah, and the Gabby Petito case is trending right now. I might just talk about it in a second, but yeah, they are engaged. And what was I talking about? What was I talking about? Yes, Scott Disick. Scott Disick had claimed, or it was on one of the shows, that he was gonna propose to Kourtney like a while back, like years ago when they were still like together, whatever. And then he just never did it. He had the ring and everything, and he just never did it. And then first, I was one of those people who wanted them to be like together in a sense, but then after time went on and he was having his issues with addiction and the drinking and the all the things that, the reality show wanted to show you, but it was all still sort of real. I just started to be like, and I felt bad because I felt like in a way he still wanted it to work out, but like that ship has sailed, and sometimes people don't know or try to understand that sometimes that ship just has to sail and keep sailing until it never comes back. You know what? As of right now, the earth is flat and the ship has sailed off the map, and that's it. And he just couldn't understand that. But yeah, Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker are engaged. Honestly, this ring, we talk about this ring. Honestly, the traditional rings are like, I don't know, I feel like they're going out of style lately. I don't know. But more on this story in a second because we have to go to break. So I'll be right back. Well, would you look at that? We have a sponsor today. As you guys may know, I own a clothing brand named Misfits House. It's an emerging clothing line that is literally so comfortable. It makes you feel right at home. Get it? Misfits House? Because you feel at home? You get it. We just went through a major rebranding and have upped our quality and have many more new products coming soon. So if you go to our website, that's www.themisfitshouse.com. That's Misfits, MISFITS, house.com. Sign up for a newsletter and you automatically get 20% off your first order. What could be better than that? 20% off your first order? That's like the best thing ever. It's going to be the most amazing thing you've ever put on your body. So trust me, go to the website, www.themisfitshouse.com. Sign up for the newsletter and you won't be sorry. Okay, and we're back. Sorry about that. We had to take a quick break. I keep forgetting that I have to break, and I just love to talk and talk and talk, even though I don't know how to make cohesive sentences. Anywho, we were talking about the ring. This ring is ginormous. Honestly, like the traditional rings lately, when like celebrities are getting engaged, like they're out of like getting extinct. You know, like the simple rock, like a little simple band with a rock in the center and then like little diamonds surrounding it. Like that I have yet to seen as of recent of all the celebrities that I quote unquote unfollow. They don't have like they don't necessarily get like the traditional wedding rings or whatever or the engagement rings, and like honestly I get it because these people are rich and they see jewelry all the time, and I'm sure that this is some, not even antique, just different. This ring, my goodness. Anyways, those rings, I'm telling you, are going extinct. And you see, the things that this guy has done for Kourtney, and although what is it, like 10 months that they've been together, and all those years, like what is it, maybe 10 years, or I don't know how long they've been together, Kourtney and Scott, but like after all those years of being together with your baby moms, it only took Travis 10 months to figure out this girl is amazing. Like Scott knew that from the beginning, or I don't even know how long it took Scott to figure that out, but it took this man 10 months to realize this woman, I have to lock her down because if I don't now, somebody else will. Like, come on. And then for him to go all out with this little like heart, I'm like jealous. Like, if anybody's gonna propose to me, they have to be on this level because if he wanted to, he would. And this is the perfect example of that. If he wanted to, he would. And this is living proof. This is living proof. Obviously, Scott didn't want to, and that's why he didn't do it. But Travis did. And look it. It's so beautiful. Although the little like symbol that they had within that little circle, whatever I think he tried to put like a T and a K together. I didn't like it. I was like, what is that? What's going on? It looks like a Chinese symbol. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, and then they had a little intimate dinner with family. Oh my god, excuse me, I'm like burping all over the place. Honestly, I had the most amazing dinner. I made fried chicken wings in the air fryer, and I made macaroni, and it was bomb. So like I ate a lot, and it's like the air. I'm getting gassy. I'm starting to burp. So excuse me. But yeah, they had an intimate dinner with close friends and family. And you know what? I'm not going to be. What was that? I'm gonna be honest. The moment it happened, when it happened, I was like literally so. It was out of body, out of like I was like it just didn't register to me because I would have never thought this would happen for her. Not that I don't think it, not in that way. It just never registered to me, and I'm like, wait a minute, she's actually engaged. She's actually going to get married. That's ridiculous. Wait, who in that family is married right now? Chris isn't. Chloe's definitely not. Kim is getting a divorce. So, I mean, but she was married before all of them. So, I mean, take it or leave it. I don't really know. Who else is part of that family? Oh my God, Kylie is not. But I think I see it happening. There was a little rocky situation going on with Travis Scott and Kylie, but I feel like when they're on the low and not so much in the public eye, whatever, like it works like that. Instead of constantly being around him and being in the media and everybody making up their own stories and stuff like that, I feel like they're doing well. Because at a certain point, I thought they were like broken up for good, and then all of a sudden, Kylie Jenner has another baby on the way with him. So I was like, I feel like they're doing good, but like on their own terms, where they don't have to be so public about it. And I think they're doing good. So a proposal for them might come not soon, I don't think, because she's an independent woman and I don't think she needs him to do that. But that's a possibility. Who else is there? What else is Kendall? Kendall's a long way. I don't know, I don't think. And I think she's dating some basketball player, but I don't think that that's gonna happen. But yeah, look at this rock. She's wearing this rock. Honestly, they're like vampire vibes, and I like it. Not like the whole Machine Gun Kelly and what's her name, Megan Fox. They try to be this couple. They're not that couple. Kourtney and Travis are. Machine Gun and these other people, they're not on that level. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And if you watched, I barely watched it. I watched snippets of it, but the little shoot, what magazine was it? They had a little magazine thing between the both of them. Let me see. Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox interview. What they do it with? They asked each other questions or whatever. Was it Allure? I forget the magazine, but they were asking each other questions like how we met and all this. The whole video just was like cringe nation, cringe vibes, and I wasn't feeling it. I just felt like the off-brand of Kourtney and Travis, and I was not feeling it. So yeah, good for them. I'm glad they're in love. So cute. Honestly, I love all the little like bystanders in the back of some of these videos when they were on the beach and all of that. Honestly, look at Chris. Look at Chris. Chris is my spirit animal. I love her. I love to aspire to be her. I honestly aspire to be the momager to all of like the gajillions of children I'm gonna have, mine and adopted. I honestly want to turn into, I wouldn't say Mother Teresa because I've heard some things about Mother Teresa, but like in that sense, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So yeah, that's it for Kourtney and Travis. I hope that it all turns out, and honestly, for sure, I know for a fact that that wedding is gonna be off the chizang, especially just looking at the proposal itself. Mwah, chef's kisses. So you can only imagine what's gonna happen for the wedding. In other news, within that family per se, within that little clique, let's talk about Kanye, because me and Kanye lately, we don't talk, we're not friends, but like we're beefing. We're beefing just a little bit because as of lately, I don't know what he's going through. I don't know what it is, and I don't think he's even going through. I wouldn't even say going through anything because honestly, people can do whatever they want to, and I have weird tendencies as well. All right, exactly what I thought was gonna happen just happened. I forgot that my computer was a literal dinosaur, and like, you know what? Not even dinosaur. We're talking pre-dinosaur, where it was probably amongst one of the first species, like the bacteria and stuff like that was around. That's what my computer was, and I forgot that it loses battery. Like I blink my eyes and it's almost at like 0%, and I forgot, and I unplugged it like a dummy, and then I replugged it right now, and then my computer just went like, no, you're doing too much. You're doing way too much. So I gotta pick up where I left off because I'm not gonna give up. I'm not. This computer wants me to chicken out and not do what I gotta do, but I'm not doing it. I ain't doing it, honey. I procrastinated this long enough, and it is time. It's time to figure yourself out. 2021, 11, whatever it is, computer. We're not doing this. We're not doing it. We're not. We are not. I just realized right now. I just realized I have a whole bunch of. I gotta figure this out. I gotta make this more professional. Y'all can see my bookmarked stuff. Don't start trying to get into my shit. Anyways, we were talking about Kanye West, and lately Kanye, don't get me wrong, I think he is a phenomenal artist. He has been for years now, and I'm talking when I was baby, like what, 10 years ago. Probably, I wonder when he started to get famous. Besides the point, but I've always heard his name throughout my entire life. It's not like he had a moment of like falling off or something. Kanye is always and has always been and will always be until something happens, or I don't know what it is, but he's always been a household name. It doesn't matter what year, what time, he always been a household name. It's not like, I'm gonna throw a random name out there, but not to like compare or anything, but like I don't know, Mariah Carey. Like you want to hear about Mariah Carey when December comes around, and then the whole holiday, like probably right after October's over, Mariah Carey's gonna start her bullshit with her whole Christmas thing or whatever. But like that's what I mean. She's only seasonal. She's only, you know what I mean. Kanye is all year round. Every year there's always something with him. So for that, I commend him for that. I think he's great and whatever. But like recently, what is he trying to do? Like I'm trying to understand him. I'm trying to get into his brain and really like figure out what's going on, because he's been wearing these like masks and these just clothing. I don't know if I should chalk it up to like fashion or something. I really don't know, but I'm trying to understand. But he's been wearing these weird masks lately. This one that I'm showing right now is just, this one is really weird to me. It is so weird to me and it creeped me out. It looked like one of those things you see in horror movies, like a, I don't know, Scream or something. But like this was just like, what is that? It's so weird. And then let me see if I can go through this thread here and find another one. Why are these? What is all of this coming up under? What? How does any? I don't know. I don't know. I went through the Kanye hashtag and everybody that's not Kanye is under here. Anyways, but he's just been doing really interesting stuff and I'm just really trying to figure it out. Um, not to say that it's for me to figure out, but like I'm a curious person and I would like to know. And I remember for his like listening parties, the gajillion ones of them that he had, and he kept pushing back his album. That really, not that I listened to the album, but like it frustrated so many people that it started to frustrate me. That I was just like, well, just drop the freaking album already. But anyways, that's beside the point. I think at one point, or was it the entire time that he was like preparing to do the whole listening party and then did the listening party, he always had like masks and stuff, and I was just like, but what's the purpose? Like, what's the those like? I'm trying to figure out the logistical, like, creative side of that. Is it like you're like not trying to? I don't want to get myself into any. Excuse me, I had a burp again. I'm a burping machine right now. Not that he had any. He's trying to do anything. He's not trying, quote unquote, trying to do anything. But like, is he trying to aim for a thing like, you know how Sia, her name is Sia, right? The singer who always wears the wig, the two tone wig, the blonde and the black, and her face is always covered, so no one supposedly knows what she looks like. Is this something that he's trying to do, where it's just like he is just the music? It doesn't matter, you know. I don't know. I don't know if it's a creative thing. I don't know if it's just because like I don't know. He feel like wearing a mask to just like throw everybody off. Like I just wonder what. I would love to be in his mind for like 2 minutes and just be like, hey, what's going on? And like the consensus of what's going on right now with Kanye is that they're saying that he is, here's one, he's taking it too far. What the fuck is he? Kanye Myers. Okay, that's funny. But they think that he's like having a mental break and whatever, and it's just like, you mentioned one time, or you mentioned one time that you're bipolar or whatever it is. You have some sort of medical issue, and then they hold that against you. Like I can't like. Let's hello. Sia wears a wig that covers the entirety of her face, and I think sometimes even her lips or something. I don't really know, but like from like here, like you don't even know what she looks like. It's the same thing, kind of, but not really. So like nobody says anything about her. But the moment he mentions he's like bipolar or whatever, somebody says like he has bipolar disorder or something. And it's just like they always want to throw out mental issues as like, do you see what I'm getting at? Like I just don't like how they like to put that on him when that doesn't define him, if that makes any sense. So yeah, honestly. But again, I would love to know what is going on in his mind. I would really like to know. People are here like he's being suspicious. And everyone's like, him is literally the only person in the world that can deal with him. Honestly, and I would love to be a fly on the wall and just see what the world of Kanye West and Kim Kardashian and other. I would love to be in that, just that whole clique, the Kardashian Jenner clan, Kanye, everybody else that's been like, you know, like running through the family, like Black China and Travis Scott. And I would just love to know and be a fly on the wall for just a day, just to see what goes on over there, and just, I don't know, something's happening here. And also, his name is not Kanye, and I apologize, Kanye. His name is not Kanye anymore. He had it legally changed to Ye. That's Y-E, Ye. And honestly, I've been thinking about the same thing. I've been thinking of getting my name changed, just dropping my last name basically, and just going by Genesis. Seems like a long process, and I don't know if I'm really ready to go through that whole process of changing my credit cards and my bank accounts and my emails and passwords. And it just seems like a lot right now. So I'm thinking about it. I'm really thinking about it because, like, yay is like making me like, you know what? I can do that. I can be the share or Sia or I was gonna say Cardi, but you know what I mean, like a one name person. I feel like it'd be much more simpler and much more practical. But it seems like a lot of paperwork, and I don't have the bajillions that these people have to just change my name off a whim. I think Diddy changed his name like several times. I think his name is like he goes by Love now or something. I don't know. I don't know. Rich people have too much time on their hands, and they are able to deal with documents, unlike me, who I can't. I can't. So yeah, that is the Kanye story, and it was just really interesting to me, and I was just like, I have to talk about this, and I need to know, what do people think is going on with the whole mask situation that he's going on or doing. I honestly thought, going back to the mask, I honestly thought that it was like a whole like fashion statement for COVID mask, if that makes any, like the face mask, mouth mask. I thought it was like, oh, I'll do face mask my way, but then it's like it started to transpire into whatever this mask is when it's not even covering its mouth at this point. And I think, oh my god, what was, I gotta look it up. There was this place he performed at, and there was another one. Oh my god, I didn't even know these was what. Okay, now these things are creeping me out. They're seen. So there's this mask that he wore that kind of looks like his face. And since I don't know what's going on there, then there was another one where he performed at somebody's, I don't know, wedding party or something. So like, okay, so this one that he had for his listening party, this one with the whole covered his whole face and he had the whole red outfit moment. I was like, oh, that's his way of doing COVID-19 mask or trying to make a statement, but with like fashion. I was like, okay, I get it. But then he started. I don't think this as of recent, is it? I think these are old. I know he used to wear masks before. I'm trying to find the recent one. Hi, come on, Google, work with me here. Put recent performance. Again, wasn't prepared for this. It literally just crossed my mind. And I suck at typing. Oh, this one. Venice wedding. At Venice wedding. Okay. Kanye wears mask. This is my thought. This is my process. I have to find this now. It was at a wedding in Venice. He wore this mask, and it is honestly, it creeped me out. Everything else, I'm like, even the most recent one that I just showed you right now, I was like, alright, but this one, I was just like, but why though? What's going on? Why can't I find what I'm looking for? Why can't I find what I'm looking for? Maybe if I go to, sorry, this is, yeah, I'm not gonna find it. But anyways, it's looks like this. I just wish I could get a better angle at it. This is it. This, I don't know what this is. Right here. This is basically it. And he was performing the whole time with that on. And honestly, I'm like, how are you not like sweating? How is it like not uncomfortable? And how can you like sing or rap or whatever it is clearly from that mask? I feel like it's just blocking audio, but it's neither here nor there. I'm not an artist, so I will never understand. But like that one really creeped me out. I was like, what is going on here? Which is funny that that one creeped me out more than the most recent one, which is this green mint looking thing with the eyes carved out. I don't know. I don't know. But I need to move on from Kanye before these pictures start to vividly haunt my soul. So moving on. What else is on this document here? We're going to talk about, ooh, see, I've been wanting to talk about this for a while now. Since, excuse me, I gotta burp again. God, Jesus. I've been wanting to talk about this specific topic since the actual Netflix thing came out. And like after the fact, like literally the day after when everything just started to like blow up, I was like, oh, I would love to talk about this. So whether this is relevant when this episode comes out, but probably it might as well be. But the whole Netflix Dave Chappelle stand up, um the lady stand up that he had, I think he called it the closer, the finisher, the closer, I can't remember. That for some reason was really controversial for the transgender community, and I want to understand. I really do. I want to understand why, because for those of for those complaining about the whole thing, I can honestly and literally tell you that they did not listen to a single thing throughout the entire um stand up. And honestly, I really didn't want to feed into the whole thing that was happening and try to read on all these things that the transgender community is just talk, because I honestly felt like, well, from what I heard, 'cause, okay, I'm trying to, cause you gotta be careful with these things because you never know. But when I watched it, okay, first of all, I'm just trying to let me gather my thoughts. This is a touchy subject. When I first heard about it, it was on a radio show, The Breakfast Club with Charlamagne and those people. They were talking about, they gave us snippets and stuff like that, and they're like, oh, it's a little controversial, but I think it's good. You should take a listen to it. So I watched it, and I went in there expecting something to be a little, or if you know what I mean, like, oh god, type of thing. So I listened with that with my ears open, like, because I honestly don't like when people of the LGBT community is like knocked down and just, I don't like it personally. Because I'm a very much I'm an ally, if that helps anything. I don't know, but like I love is love. You are who you are. I'm an advocate. You know what I mean? So I went in there with my eyes and ears open, just like bracing myself for any controversial thing. And like there were moments where it was just like, but in a way, first of all, it's stand up, so it's supposed to be funny. And out of all the stand ups that have happened throughout the years, that that is not the most controversial or crazy thing that has ever happened. So people that are freaking out over the special, I honestly, I don't see it. I see it like maybe 3%, but I honestly don't see it. Um, my thing is that for the most part, for the entire stand up, he was talking about his friend, literally a friend of his, a person that he grew to know, which in turn is his friend, a transgender woman who wanted to be a comedian. And of course, when I honestly, anybody like me or your neighbor or whatever, some people are just finding out or just trying to understand the whole LGBTQ community or whatever. Because so at first you're gonna be like, oh, I don't know, but as you start to understand and go through it, then you start to have an understanding. And some things that people say right off the bat are gonna sound rude in a sense or just mean, but people don't always really mean it that way because they don't understand what offends you and what doesn't. So, without giving away too much of the stand up, if you haven't seen it by now, what are you doing? But he pretty much just talked about just like the controversial things that he has said throughout his life, and that he is a comedian, and sometimes he has to talk about, not have to, but sometimes he talks about certain topics that are a little taboo, but why can't he talk about it? You know what I mean? It's comedy and it's meant to be funny. It's not meant to be, and throughout the entire thing, he just made it seem like he wanted to have an open conversation with people of that community. He wasn't bashing it. He was doing literally what any other black comedian who doesn't really understand that community would do. And he's not in any way bashing that community. He wasn't in any way insulting anybody. And if anything, at the end, he literally closed with a sentence about like how that transgender person who was his friend went and jumped off or committed suicide or whatever. And like, for the most part, he always brought it back to her. And for them to think that, oh, he made such remarks that are not within the LGBTQ, the community's like standards or whatever it is, I just, it made no sense to me. So basically, the point that I'm getting at is that the Netflix employees wanted Netflix to essentially take it down. And Netflix was like, we are all grown adults. And out of all the things that are on Netflix to watch when you're an adult, you pick and choose what you want to watch. So we're not going to take this down because you feel offended when there's other things that are on Netflix that could offend somebody and it's still on there, but you chose not to. You know what I mean? Like it's not like I don't know how to explain it without making it seem like I'm trying to be like bitchy about it and not like care about anybody's feelings. But at the end of the day, you are an adult, and if you choose to listen to it, you listen to it. And if you don't, you don't. There are things on violence. There are things on rape. There are things on, honestly, a whole bunch violence, gun, everything, all of that on regular TV, on Netflix, on YouTube, on pretty much all platforms. Yet, excuse me, oh my god, burping, ridiculous. But yet, this one specifically you want to use, not even use, but like Dave Chappelle's name is on it, and he's been known to be do and say controversial stuffs here and there, and like you essentially want to cancel him in a way to prove a point, and that's where I draw the line. That's what I don't like. They try to do that with Kevin Hart when was it when he was gonna host, was it the Emmys or something, some movie award, I think it was the Emmys, and they pulled up a tweet from many years ago about some gay thing and he had to pull out. And it's just like, and another thing about the whole cancel culture is that people grow and change every single day. Every single day. So, what I'm talking about now, however this makes you feel now, I'm going to be a completely different person 5 years from now. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm trying to make a comparison that makes sense, but like, if I were to come at you talking about, oh, you said this and this and this and this when you were not transgender, when you were a boy, and I'm bringing it up now saying that you said all of this stuff, you said all of this about this community, and if I tell you that after the fact, now that you've transitioned into a different gender, am I allowed to bring that up? No, because that's different. That's the old you. That's not you anymore. You know what I mean? So what's going on with Netflix now is that the employees staged a walkout because of the whole controversial Dave Chappelle special. And it was Wednesday, so that was yesterday. Today's Thursday when I make this, I think. Yeah, today's Thursday. And it doesn't make any sense, and I honestly don't think, and I hope that Netflix doesn't take these special down. There's no need for it to be taken down. I personally enjoyed it. Personally, kind of opened up my eyes in a sense and try to help me understand people who don't necessarily, and help me understand the people who don't necessarily understand the LGBTQ community, if you know what I mean. Because not everybody understands it and they're trying to understand it. And I'm like, oh, I see it from your perspective. You're trying to understand it, but like sometimes you make these remarks and you don't understand because you're trying to understand. If I don't know if that makes any sense. But yeah, that's what's going on. A whole bunch of employees walked out. They carried signs that said, Team Trans and transphobia is not a joke. Okay, but like, is being black a joke? Is I don't know, being any sort of race at all a joke? Is people with retardation? There's been many movies and stuff like that. Is that a joke? No, but it's, if you're gonna get mad at everything in the world, there's literally gonna be no comedy left. Comedy is gonna be so dry, and at the rate that this is going, at the rate that the world is going, they're pretty much just trying to censor everybody. Like, just the same way that you want to be you, let other people be them. And it's like, I truly feel that someday, somewhere near in the future, People are gonna get nitpick every single thing in comedy, and comedy's just not gonna exist, and everybody's gonna be grumpy old souls and like be annoying. But yeah, more on this story in a second. We have to take another break, and we'll be back with more drama. Well, would you look at that? We have a sponsor today. As you guys may know, I own a clothing brand named Misfits House. It's an emerging clothing line that is literally so comfortable. It makes you feel right at home. Get it? Misfits House? Because you feel at home? You get it. We just went through a major rebranding and have upped our quality and have many more new products coming soon. So if you go to our website, that's www.themisfitshouse.com. That's Misfits, Misfits house.com. Sign up for a newsletter and you automatically get 20% off your first order. What could be better than that? 20% off your first order? That's like the best thing ever. It's going to be the most amazing thing you've ever put on your body. So trust me, go to the website www.themisfitshouse.com, sign up for the newsletter, and you won't be sorry. Okay, and we're back. So we're talking about the Dave Chappelle Netflix thing, and another thing that is on here is counter protest, which I didn't know that was happening, but counter protest started happening where, I guess people who support the stand-up specials are saying we like jokes. At the end of the day, you have to be able to laugh at flaws. You have to be able to laugh at yourself. I make jokes about my own self. Like you gotta know when it's a real issue and when it's just, I don't think satire is a word, but when it's meant to be a joke, when it's not supposed to be controversial. This whole thing is rubbing me the wrong way. I think one of the Netflix CEOs or whatever came out and made a statement, which I don't feel like he should have. I should have left it at the whole beginning thing where he was just like the show is staying and that's that. And if you don't like it, there's a gajillion other things that you can watch on Netflix and get over it. You know what I mean? But people nowadays, I don't know. I don't know where to see. Yeah, the Netflix CEO Ted Sarandos says he could have led with a lot more humanity in his internal communication about the show. He said I screwed up. Let's see. There's more information. Does he say? You can hear my breathing. Oh my god, the ASMR over here. I'm just trying to get it away from the loud ass friggin' computer. See, like here, these are questions that he was asked. Like, I want to circle back and ask definitively, do you personally, and does Netflix feel that the closer does not amount to hate speech? I don't know what that means. And he said, it does not intend physical harm, which is true. It's commentary. It's basically it's so stupid. And then the next one is like, so will the special remain on service? And I don't believe there have been many calls to remove it. I hope that nobody calls to remove it. And I don't want to make it seem like it's a free speech issue because it's not. But lately people are doing way too much for no reason, and I saw nothing wrong with the special. I'm not gonna say or try to advocate or speak for the people of that community, but I honestly feel like there was nothing wrong with it. I don't know. In my book, it was fine, but other people may think otherwise, and that is up to them. But I don't think that it means to take the whole thing down, you know? Because in a sense, I'm gonna repeat exactly what I said a second ago, but well, shoot, I gotta burp again. So unprofessional. Oh my god. But in a sense, I feel like that special might help out people who are like Dave Chappelle, who don't necessarily understand it, but in a way, he talks about how he went through understanding it and got it and understood it. And he talks about it in a way, in a funny way, that he knows other people like him will understand it. And I feel like that is beneficial to the LGBTQ community. Um, Unfortunately, they don't see it like that, and that is okay. People can have their own opinions. I personally, I I liked it, and I hope they don't take it down. Although, I mean, I already watched it, so if they feel the need to take it down, take it down. I don't really care, but I already watched it. I liked it. It was great. Don't hate nothing about it. There's always risque things that happens, not just in comedy, but in other things. So the fact that this is being so uphyped and whatever, it's just like, are you mad about the special, or are you just trying to, or are you just trying to cancel somebody just because they made you feel a certain way? You know what I mean? Like, are we really listening to what he said? Are we really watching the special, or do you just feel butthurt and want to just take it out on somebody? You know what I mean? But with that being said, I am moving on because it's just, I can't. In lighter news, oh my god. In lighter news, I forgot that this was on my document, but apparently somebody is suing Pop Tarts for not having enough berries in one of these Pop Tart thingies. I I don't know. I don't know. And I work at a law firm, and of all the things that people sue for, and I've seen some things, and I'm just like, why the fuck? Why the fuck are we doing? Why am I wasting my time on this stupid case that I know it's not gonna go anywhere? But of all the things to sue for, this one is the most interesting, and I would love to know what happens next, because honestly, when you feel like you don't have a case, you do have a case, because I know I work there and I don't do all the fancy manager stuff, but I do see what the case is and what the case is made out of, and like certain things that people want to sue for, and I'm like, you can sue for this. There have been countless times that I have been through certain types of these complaints or whatever that our clients want to sue for, and I'm like, I could have made millions. What am I doing here sitting at this desk? I should be suing any and everybody right now. So, yeah, let's see. Woman sues for $5 million, claiming strawberry Pop Tarts don't have enough, I guess, filling or pastries or fruit in it. They're saying that it's like misleading, and I would love to know. Let's go to the New York Post. The New York Post. Or should I do Daily Mail? I feel like Daily Mail makes it more concise and easy to read. Oh my god, this Brian Laundrie and the Gabby Petito thing just keeps. Oh, I want to talk about it, but it's so. I feel like everybody's talked about it. If I'm gonna talk about it, it means nothing. But let's see. A new lawsuit is claiming that strawberry filling in Pop Tarts apparently has very few actual berries. Yeah, according to TMZ, the person says they are misleading their buyers about what's in the pastry. A woman from New York. I don't know what that says about New York, but y'all got crazies there, because who in the heck sues Pop Tarts? But someone literally picked up this claim and is actually taking this case and wants to litigate it, because if anything, we would have never heard about this, but we're hearing about it right now. So it's an actual thing, which is like really surprising to me. Yeah, I don't know. Claims that what is it? That the item is filled with pears and apples more than strawberries. Oh, so it's a strawberry Pop Tart, and it has more fillings of other fruits than strawberries. So what? So the fuck what? Oh, because you know what? On an ingredient list, if literally anything that has an ingredient list, the first thing, it usually goes by the amount of stuff that is in that. So say, I don't know, you made like a lemonade. Primary thing is water, so water will go first, because the entire product is mostly made out of water, and then every little bit else that's added onto it is added next. So like, I don't know, 80% of the lemonade is made out of water, so water goes first. Then 10% is lemon juice, and then 5% is this and another 5% is that, and then so on and so forth until the percentages get little and every little percentage goes on like that. So her claim is that, let's see, I gotta rap again. The strawberry Pop Tart, supposedly strawberry, has other items first besides the actual strawberry. You got first thing on it is whole wheat flour, which, okay, I get it, corn syrup, blah 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 blah. But when we start to get to the fruit section, it's where it all gets. First of all, vegetable juice for color, dried pears, dried apples, and then dried strawberries. So there are actually more pears and apples in it besides the strawberry. That is so crazy. Oh my god, that is so crazy. I think she has a real case here because it's literally true. They're literally false advertising. Look at it right here. Strawberry whole grain Pop Tarts. You can't put strawberry, so you can't slap strawberry on the cover if it's not primarily made out of strawberry when it's not. You could have said dried pear, which is pears and apple, or you could have said fruity mix, but you didn't. This is false advertising, and I honestly side with her. I honestly agree with her. I thought she was a kook, but you know what? I see it. I see it. I see it. I see it. She has a point. She has a point. I hope she wins. But then again, that's 5 million, so I'd be jealous. I don't really know how I feel about that. Huh. Ah. Wow. Just remember, guys, that honestly, you can sue for anything. I literally found out I can sue my landlord if I wanted, if the ceiling caved in on me. Isn't that crazy? I can sue. I can go to my auntie's house. I can slip and fall in my auntie's house, and I can sue her ass if I wanted to. I don't know how that's gonna go over with the whole family thing and whatever, but like I could if I wanted to. Isn't that crazy? That's so bizarre to me, and so it's just so wicked. I don't know. Well, that's a thing now, apparently. That's something that people do. Let's see here. Oh, okay. And then closing. We're going to close this episode with something that I found really interesting. I heard it on a podcast. I can't remember. I think it was My Favorite Murder, true crime podcast that I love true crime, listening to it. I don't like doing crime. I like listening about it. But one of the hosts figured out that there's this section on Wikipedia. By the way, Wikipedia is dying. In a sense, donate $1, $5 to keep the site, going, because it's not like Google or anything. It's run off of, 12-year-olds, middle schoolers that, input information into Wikipedia, and it's a valuable resource for some people. But anyway, although teachers don't like people using Wikipedia, at least when I was in school, but yeah, save Wikipedia, donate, do what you can do. But there's this thing on Wikipedia where you can click random article and it'll just give you a random article. And I said, I burped again, but cool. I was like, I want to try that. I want to see what random fact I can end the episode on. And then so I did it, and I'm clicking and I'm clicking and I'm clicking, and I'm like, none of this shit is interesting. So because honestly, any and every topic is on Wikipedia. So I kind of had to look for stuff because I don't really mess with science and all that. So I found this and I wanted to read it or skim through it because there's a lot. Whoa, just scrolling down this entire list. Anyways, so we're gonna be talking about a taco, and I literally read the first few sentences and I'm like, oh, cool. So let's see. Itako, Japanese word, also known as ichiko or ogami-sama, sorry for pronunciation, but it says they are blind women who train to become spiritual mediums in Japan. Isn't that crazy? Training involves severe ascetic practices. I don't know English. Okay. Practices after which the woman is said to be able to communicate with Japanese Shinto spirits. Oh my god. And the spirits of the dead. Itako perform rituals tied to communication with the dead and divination. The practice has been on the decline with only 20 living Itacos. I'm saying it wrong. Itaco? I have no idea. Um, let's see, more than, oh, they're all 40 years old. There's only about 20 and they're all almost halfway done with their life. It sucks how some traditions just die out. I think where did I see it? I think I saw it on the commercial or something, or I don't know what it was. Passing by on some sort of channel where, like, you know how there's American Sign Language? There's also like a Hawaiian version or whatever sort of sign language, and like that is also going extinct. There's probably like one or a couple people that really know it, and I think there was like probably like one teacher or so that really is teaching it, but like that's also like going extinct. So crazy to think about how many things that were created back in the day are just like non-existent anymore. Just like probably like gas cars, like putting gas in your car, like that's gonna be extinct probably within a while, because we all know oil is gonna run out and ain't nobody gonna have gas anymore. I'm telling you, gas stations are gonna be extinct. I don't know if it's gonna be in my lifetime, my kids' lifetime, or their kids' lifetime, but gas is gonna be non-existent. And I swear to you, we're all gonna be running on electricity, primarily with cars. And I wonder what that world is gonna be like. You ever just wonder why there's no new like Back to the Future sort of like movies? Like, 'cause you know how like Back to the Future with what's his name, the guy with the DeLorean, I don't know, but like you know how there's those movies that kind of like predict the future and what the future is gonna look like. Why haven't there been one of those? There have been, but they're like mostly like the world's gonna end, and that's not very optimistic. You know what I mean? Like, come on, let's get optimistic. And most of them has just been like, oh, 2021 or whatever it is, where the world is gonna end. I'm like, really? Come on, be a little more optimistic. I don't know, flying shoe or hoverboard, something. No, the world is ending, and that's all they see for the future. Which, what does that tell you? Hmm. Hmm. Anyways, let's continue here. It says training begins at a young age. Um, you are ritually exposed to cold water. I would never make it through that. I am also not Japanese, so I would never do it or be allowed to do it. What else? Buckets of ice water would be poured on their bodies over the course of a few days. Well, how does that help you communicate with the dead? The education takes about 3 years, so you're dumping water on me for 3 years? That is, oh no, for a few days. Never mind. Never mind. False news. False news over here. Includes memorations of songs and sutras. Oh my god, I can't read sutras. And at the end of the training, ceremony is held announcing the marriage of Itago and her patron spirit. Oh my god, do you get assigned a spirit? That is crazy. Oh, but they have to be blind. I forget that. Blindness has a long been associated with spiritual powers. Oh, because like when one sense is like shut down, your other senses are heightened. My dog is losing his mind and is digging all over my blankets right now. Can you stop? Smokey, relax. My dog has no respect for me. I gotta put him on Scared Straight or something. Let's see. That's pretty much it. There's a lot going on in this article that I haven't been in school in a long time, and I never read when I was in school, so I'm not gonna sit here and subject you to this, but I think it's interesting. If you want to read about it on Wikipedia, oh my god, on Wikipedia, the topic is called Itako. Yeah, it's pretty much interesting. It's really interesting. I like it. Thumbs up for this Wikipedia article. But yeah, I guess that's it. We're at the end of the document. I feel like I've been going on forever. This is exciting. It's amazing. Did great here. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this new format that I've been trying. Or I just tried out. I love how one day, I've been getting these weird, like, I'm getting old is what's happening. I'm getting these, I didn't realize how much this microphone has sunk on me this entire time. Amazing. You gotta love it. It's still happening. No. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, we're gonna righty tighty. Lefty loosey. I'm so sorry, everybody who's listening. I'm just gonna hold it and see what we do about getting another mic stand. Great. Another thing to add on the numerous of things that I have purchased. But anyways, thank you guys, or I hope you guys enjoyed this little thing, this episode that I did. I honestly wanted and a chair. I need to get a new chair. But I wanted to try this format out. I just thought it would be interesting to talk about because there are certain things like current events that I would love to talk about. But like I do a podcast once a week and I don't want to, and sometimes I pre-record, so I don't want to talk about something that's so outdated. Like I want to give my ideas fresh and ready while I have them. So yeah, if I enjoyed how this podcast turns out, I might just be doing 2 a week. Oh no, but it's a thought. But yeah, if you did like how this turned out, if you liked anything that I talked about, or if you have literally any opinions about what I talked about today, I would love to know what you guys thought about the whole Kourtney thing, about Kanye and whatever he's doing, because he's gonna do him. And the whole Dave Chappelle thing. Honestly, let me know what you think about the whole Dave Chappelle thing, because that is gonna be relevant for a couple weeks. I think there's gonna be a lot going on with that. So I would like to know what your thoughts are. So if you're watching on the video version, go ahead and leave a comment down below. And while you're there, subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot. Give the video a like. And if you're listening to the audio version, I guess rate the podcast. And if you want to write a review, and in that review, let me know. Or if not, you can go to the Instagram and let me know there. All the socials will be linked below. I don't think I ever linked them, but it's at Misfits Room everywhere. Misfits Room. And yeah, let me know. And what what a day. What a day. And we're gonna drink some wine. Ugh. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it's time for me to go. So if you did like it, again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I guess I will see you guys or talk to you guys next week. This feels so awkward closing it. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Thinking. I'm thinking. I'm thinking. No. Okay. Talk to you guys next week. Bye.